Hello and welcome to 5 Legendary, looking at legendary characters from the Warcraft universe, yet to make it into Hearthstone. Now, there comes a time in every YouTuber's life when they realise, my mother-in-law is visiting from the US in 2 days and I haven't got any videos ready for while she's here. No? Just me? Anyway, I'm writing this and the next 5 Legendary on the 12th of September, hoping to hell I can get it done before she arrives on the 14th. So these episodes will have less length, a bit less meat when it comes to lore, but I hope you enjoy them nonetheless. Sorry, I will get onto Worgen after these two. A Lore of the Card script is also done, but there's no way I would have got that edited. So, I've actually seen this request pop up a couple of times and people seem to somewhat like it. Blizzard have mused about adding legendary totems to the game, but what totems could warrant legendary status? To be honest, as things currently stand in World of Warcraft, probably none of them, but that's when the joy of theory crafting comes in. I'll be looking quite loosely at the word totem and looking back on previous Hearthstone cards to theorise what could possibly be a legendary totem. Let's start basic, with no lore or history of Warcraft involved, just looking back at past Hearthstone cards. Most totems have been used in Hearthstone to give ongoing benefits, card draw, healing, minion summoning, etc. The totem golem ended that, showing totems could also be minions. Hearthstone has also introduced many giants to the game throughout its life, so the first legendary totem I predict would be the Totemic Giant. You could perhaps make this totem feel a bit more legendary by improving on the Mimiron's head mechanic, the Totemic Giant consuming the current totems on the board to become more powerful. It could be through stats, its battle cry being more potent the more totems on the board, or maybe even gaining additional minion abilities for each totem on the board. Anyway, I know I suck at card design, so let's move on to some ideas with some history and lore behind them. Perhaps one of the only totems I could see being deemed worth legendary status that currently exists in World of Warcraft is the Spiritlink totem. This totem spreads the damage one hero takes out among the rest in the party within the totem's radius of effect. This totem's history begins in Warcraft 3's expansion, the Frozen Throne. Each race would gain new units with the expansion. One of the new units added to the Orcs were the Tauron Spirit Walkers. These mystical white-furred Tauron could drift between a physical and ethereal form, the latter not allowing them to attack but making them immune to all attacks that were not magic based. Believed by their people to be an ill omen of a coming age, the white Tauron are held in near reverence by other Tauron. They often became reclusive priests wandering the land in search of kindred spirits. At their basic level, Spirit Walkers knew the Spiritlink spell. This linked 4 allies together. If any of them took damage, 50% of that damage would be spread to the 3 others bound by the Spiritlink. In WoW, other Tauron, not just white, are capable of becoming Spirit Walkers. They have a powerful connection to their ancestral heritage and are capable of channeling the spirits of their ancestors through their body. Since World of Warcraft Cataclysm, the Spiritlink totem has been a powerful part of a restoration shaman's kit. A shaman must use it wisely, as the power of the totem can only be invoked once every 3 minutes. Since its history runs back to Warcraft 3 and it remains a strong totem in WoW, that's why I consider Spiritlink totem possibly worth the legendary treatment. Looking back to Warcraft 3, we see another way a totem could be implemented as a legendary card, as a weapon. The Tauron unit in Warcraft 3 were the most powerful melee unit of the Orcs. They would stride through the battlefield, walloping adversaries with giant totems, smashing those that crossed the usually gentle Tauron into the dusts of the plains. The Tauron would also slam the ground with their totems, creating powerful shockwaves. As well as the Bloodhoof rune spear, the weapon most of his art depicts him wielding, Cairn Bloodhoof also used his own totem weapon. While this did not have a name, it was passed down to Cairn's son Bane upon his death at the hands of Garrosh Hellscream, the Bloodhoof rune spear being shattered. Cairn's totem had been blessed by Shaman, which meant it was capable of striking incorporeal spirits as if solid opponents. Most Hearthstone totems, with a few exceptions, are Tauron totems. Many different races in Warcraft are capable of being Shaman. Once a Horde only class, it would also open up to the Alliance in the Burning Crusade expansion. There could be a legendary totem for each of the races that are capable of becoming Shaman, having an effect linked to the character of that race. The Totem of Orgrimmar could find ways of encapsulating the simple, brutish yet honourable orcs. The Darkspear totem could hint toward the voodoo used by the Darkspear trolls, perhaps even bear the likeness of one of the tribes lower, their animalistic pantheon, kind of like the Shadowhunter's Serpent Ward in Warcraft 3. The Bloodhoof totem could reflect the gentle Tauron, an effect linking to the Tauron's close connection with their deity, the Earth Mother, and nature itself. The Bilgewater totem could reflect the mechanical ingenuity of the goblins. Totem of the Broken could reflect how the Draenei discovered shamanism, having to regress into their broken form, unable to wield the holy light, and finding solace in the elements. Totem of the Four Winds could represent the Pandaren, maybe emphasising their close connection with the cloud serpents of Pandaria, for a bit of dragon shaman action. Finally, the Wild Hammer totem could just get you drunk. Or it could reflect the stout and hardy dwarves of the Wild Hammer, thought crazy by the other dwarven clans for their eagerness to ride upon the back of griffins. My final suggestion for a possible legendary totem is the Thunder Bluff totem. If you haven't gathered by now, Tauren use totems for a lot of things. They also use them when constructing their cities. The central totem of the Tauren capital of Thunder Bluff is hollowed out. The winding stairs within allow citizens to reach several of the city's bluffs, and if they walk to the top, are able to pay for flights all over the continent of Kalimdor. There is an important reason as to why the Tauren decided to settle upon these bluffs in the lands of Mulgore. When Thrall met Cairn, when he first arrived in Kalimdor, despite the Tauren's strength, they were in dire need of aid. They had been warring for some time with the marauding Centaur, and the fights had been taking their toll upon the Tauren ranks. For generations, the Tauren had been nomads, unable to fully settle. Thanks to the arrival of Thrall's horde, they were able to settle and found Thunder Bluff, the city's altitude keeping the Taurens safe from any unwanted attacks, and allowing them to settle in the verdant land of Mulgore. So, there you have it, a few ways that legendary totems could be brought to Hearthstone, at least from a Warcraft history point of view. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, share and subscribe. That'd be pretty damn awesome. To keep up to date with 6 videos, follow on Twitter and Facebook, and to catch streams, follow on Twitch. Let me know any other lists you'd like to see in the comments, and until next time, happy Hearthstoning.